What are you going to do when the holidays come and it seems to slow down your sales pipeline? Well, we're going to go over the things that I want you to do that I have learned that works really well. So, number one, reach out. Make a list of the people that you're thinking about, certainly your top 100 that you're working with, and genuinely think of them, be concerned, and reach out to them. Ask them how it's going. What are their holiday plans? Hey, what are you planning to do for Easter? Right? Invite them to something that you have or wish them well. But if we start off with just a basic conversation, we can message them, send them something just that we're thinking about them. I like to divide that list up and then be calling them up to the holidays, like on each quarter, so that you're calling 5 to 10, 15, 20, whatever it is each day, just reaching out. Tell them that you were thinking about them, just seeing if they're how they're doing, how's their family, if there's anything that you can help with, right? So we want to push pull. So if we're going to be asking for something, then let's make some deposits in the bank to try to help them. If they're a business, how can we get them referrals? If they're needing any help, we want to consider whatever we can do to try to help them out. But so before we're kind of reaching out, then invite them to things. Do a client appreciation event, even something simple, right? I would at least do it once a year, but if you can do it a couple times a year, it's going to be huge because it's easy to invite people to it, right? And there's low cost options, there's more expensive ones, but whatever it is, even if it's just a pizza night, if it's a client appreciation breakfast, that's a good one. We just had St. Patty's Pass. So you could do something like that and dye the food if you want in the most safe coloring for the kids. I know the kids enjoy that. We could do an Easter egg hunt one that's coming up. Invite them out to something like that where you're putting it on. You can get a few sponsors if you need help for it with the event. But when you have things to invite them to, even if they don't go, they're very appreciative of it. Okay. So be thinking of that. Post in the comments some of the events you've done or what are the things you've done that's been successful at the holidays. I would always say you want to wrap up, ask them about their plans, wish them well. And then lo and behold, you'll find that when you're reaching out, I promise if you talk to enough people, let's say 25, 50, 100 people, someone says, "That's so funny. I was just thinking about messaging you. We're looking to sell our house. We're going to do it in the spring. We're going to do it in the summer. We're going to do it next year, whatever it is," right? Now, because you're reaching out and you're concerned for them and genuinely, now you've popped up in their mind and all of a sudden there's a connection, right? Especially when you're looking to help, they might ask you that same question. Well, hey, Frank, thanks for thinking of me. Is there anything I can help? I say, hey, well, who do you know that's looking to move into your neighborhood? Right? I might ask a simple thing. You've got a great area that you're living in. Who do you think is thinking about making a move one way or the other? What about yourself? Okay. It's just going to come up, those conversations, and we want to keep it very, very authentic, genuine, try to help them, look for those ways, try to invite them to things. But that's one of the first steps. You want to do this quarterly, but this will pick up during the holidays. It's such an easy call or message to make. You can just shoot them a quick message. Hey, I was just thinking about you. What are your plans for this weekend? Anything fun? Blah, blah, blah. Anything new, exciting, right? Sometimes it's basic and sometimes they'll let you know. So that's the first step. Be engaged, have conversations, especially with past clients. But even on some of the leads that you're working with or some of the people that you have an opportunity with, right? Just keep following up. Second thing, and I learned this with one of my partners, that man, when you are doing well, when you're having a really successful month, the biggest thing that can kill it is momentum. So sometimes when we take these longer vacations like Christmas break or if it's spring break or they're going to be gone a little bit, or we are, that can kill our momentum, right? So if we are going to do it, no problem. I know we need to work. I know we need to do these things. It's fine. And we got to have some vacation, right? To kind of offset and recharge. Do as much as you can all the way there and have specific plans. Now, I'm not asking you to do what I did. When I was out in Mexico, I was making calls and setting up appointments from the hotel or from the ocean, from the beach, the resort and the sand. I'm out there. People didn't believe me. I'd say, hey, you want to jump on a quick time video? I'd show them, and they're like, okay, I'm going to book with you. Anyone that's such a diligent, crazy hard worker. The truth is, I was in the habit of doing it. It was almost like I couldn't stop. Okay, I'm not saying you have to do that because then it might defeat the purpose of recharge. I only did for a couple hours a day, even an hour, I think, and I set appointments every day. But the whole point is you don't want to give up your momentum. So go all out right to that point, and you got to fight hard when you get back from the vacation and set up as many automations or as thing that you need to do, right? If it helps you out, and post in below if your momentum has ever been killed by vacations or holidays, where you're doing well and it slowed you down, and then what, or if you've been able to overcome it, what have you done, right? Because sometimes the recharge is great. So you want to make sure you're doing that, and while you're doing that, make sure you get in, sign up for my free group if you're ready to take the next commitment and you know, okay, Frank, just help me, just get me crushing it. Get into paid. I'm going to give you assignments. You're going to get going quickly. It works. Okay. After that, plan it out, be diligent so that you're right back into it. You're ready to go to work. Because vacations and holidays, even though it's recharge, we tend to kind of slowly ramp up and we want to give it our maximum effort. Okay. The other thing we can do too in the final thing I would say is plan different events around each one or different activities, even if it's drop-offs. I love those little pop-bys, right? We can give, for different things, different event, even if we can't be there for, we can drop off little eggs for the kids if we're not going to be able to do the Easter event, right? We can drop off some memorable pieces if it's pies for Thanksgiving or different ones because now we know we're thinking about them, right? I love this for past clients. I love this for our friends. I love this that clients are working with that are close or even potential leads just following up. But be creative, be out of the box, be thinking about them, and be caring. And when we do these things, suddenly the holiday becomes a very powerful thing. Now, you can also, I would call through those because a lot of people are home. And even though I might ask this question, hey, did I catch you at a bad time? I know it's a holiday, or do you have 30 seconds? They say, okay, Frank, go ahead. I have 30 seconds. Then I do it. If it's a yes, they say, hey, I say, hey, we can get in afterward. We can set an appointment now before it books up because it usually books up right after Christmas, after the holidays, after the 3-day weekend. And that's I can put you down in the top spot on Tuesday, on Monday, on Wednesday, whatever the day it was. But I would give them that way out of saying, hey, if you don't have time, just let me know. But if you got a quick 30 seconds, I could just go what I think is going to be of help or value to you right now. And they say, sure. I would do it. I'd say, hey, we can definitely meet after this, right? Because I know you are with the family or holiday or whatever it is. We could set something up and do it then. And they say, yeah, because I'm giving them that way. They saw there was some value. And if there wasn't, it's no problem, right? Or I could hit them up with something, right? If they couldn't do now, I say, hey, let me send you over something that I just did that's working really well. And then take a look at it. And then I'll follow up with you and let's just set an appointment, I'll send my calendar, just put something on the books for me, and then we'll lock it in. And they say, yeah, that's great. We can always do that little extra bit. Okay. We can always go out of our way, do a little bit more. So make a commitment that the holidays are now going to be a strength of yours. You're going to follow some of the things, even if it's just one of the things, and improve. Even if it's just your schedule. Hey, I'm going to work right up to it and then work as soon as I get back. That one's going to be huge because a lot of people don't. So we gain ground, we take advantage. If it's reaching out, thinking of people, man, I used to just blast out, write quick messages. And sure enough, everyone said, yeah, hey, da, 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 right? It would just lead to conversations. And it was such an easy way, wishing them well for that holiday, right? If we're dropping something off, all of these can be very powerful. Pick just one thing. If you're a go-getter, do them all. But just start, plan it so that we're not waiting on the day of the holiday to try to do stuff, that we have these things planned out. If you need some help, you can reach out to me. And man, we're going to definitely improve these things just each step we build. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment. If you liked anything or have any questions, get signed up. Please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.